Good afternoon and welcome to my channel. My name is Joyce. If you are new here, and I do all things personal development, self-growth, personal care, etc., etc. And if you've been here a minute, thank you so much for riding with me. And hopefully today's conversation is going to be really beneficial. I'm in a car park because I'm just about to jump on a tube, and then I remembered, I still have to do my videos. So here I am. I need to get a little bit more organized actually. I need to decide a time every single day where I record. And if I can just stick to that 80% of the time, then I'll be all right for the rest 20. I love using the 80-20 rule because it helps me balance things, but also remind me that we can't always get things 100%. So I'm always aiming for 100, but when we get to 80, I'm a really happy bunny. Anyhow, today's conversation is about complaining because yesterday I had to sit through somebody whinging and whinging and whinging. And then I looked back at the sort of company this person has been keeping. And surprise, surprise, the person that they hang out with whinges all the time. So eventually, over time, that sort of erodes and becomes your personality, especially if that person is your partner. And this is why they say all the time, if you are going to spend time with people, be careful because their energy eventually becomes your energy. And also, you've heard that saying about when people are married, they tend to start looking alike, even though they're male and female, for example. And that's the whole point. You start behaving like, you start sounding like, and you start becoming like that person. And that's a good thing when those people are really progressive, like looking at life in a different way, are focused on helping you learn and grow. It's different. But when that person whinges or has some really toxic traits, it's not a very good look. And so this person, I realized, just started crying all the time, whinging all the time, complaining about every little thing. And then when you look at the person that they're complaining about, or the thing that they're complaining about, really doesn't warrant the energy. And so the conversation for you today is, are you surrounded by people who are always whinging, or are you a whinger? And if you are, change your life, because when you focus on something, you've heard that saying, I think Wayne Dyer kind of really popularized it. When you look at something, the thing begins to change. And when it starts to change, it then changes you, who is the observer or the looker. So it's really important how you focus on things. And if you're always looking at things from a negative perspective, from a complaining perspective, from finding out what's wrong with something, the world is going to give you, and the universe is going to give you, or God is going to put something in your path that really aligns with what you're focusing on. So it's so important that when you go on with life, that you try not to be that person that's always complaining about the world, the people around you, the food you eat, the house you live in, the flat you live in, the car you drive. Just try and be grateful for what's in your life. And honestly, you will start opening up doors that are more positive. And I mean that in the sense that, excuse me, by the way, that you don't, it's not a sort of like a Pollyanna attitude. That's not what I'm saying. You've got to put things in balance and in perspective. But I think I would really admonish you to start focusing on what's good in your life, what's good about the people you hang out with, what's good about the job that you have, the business that you have, the friends that you have, the environment that you live in. Focus on that. And then there will be less for you to look at or to be drawn to that is around complaining. A really important thing, because I realize that when I am focused on things that are not working, I find more things that are not working. When I acknowledge the thing that's not working but focus on the thing that is working, then it works for me. So for example, you might be in a space that you're not really happy with. It's probably not where you need to be. But maybe you can think about what's good about that space. So if it's a flat, for example, you're living in and you're hoping to buy a house, Just think about maybe how easy cleaning is, or maybe how accessible your space is, or maybe how it's easier for you to have friends over because of the convenience of the space, right? Rather than focusing on, oh, this flat is so small, it's not where I need to be, when am I going to get my big house, etc. You start then having that spirit that's constantly whinging about where things are, and then when things come to be, then you just have more of about what you're focusing on. I hope that's making sense. So wherever you are, find the good in that. Whatever you're doing, whether it's you're employed, or looking to start your own business, focus on what's good about the fact that you're employed. It could be your annual leave, it could be your benefits, it could be the time it allows you to be to be able to do other things. Because when you're self-employed, everything is on you: recruitment, benefits, sick pay, supporting other people, running your it depends on where you are. Obviously, if you're starting, it's a lot more harder than when you're in the midst, or in the pinnacle of your business. And so think about your environment, think about the people that you have in your life. And if you are a complainer, work on not being one. Work on focusing on the good in your life, and I promise you, you will start sowing seeds that are, and reaping fruit that is really music to your ears. I hope that's been helpful to you, and have an amazing day, and I'll speak to you very soon. Take good care.